take that. What are you doing?
What?
Playing with what?
With the sawdust.
With the sawdust? Is it fun?
Sure is.
Alright.
I hear you on the next one.
You see I had to come up right here to make this level, which absolutely ruined all my support for this header right here. So I'm gonna have to put something up here, in here, some kind of a shim, so that I can regain all that support that this header would have had by sitting on the top of this post. I'll stick something in there real quick, shouldn't be a big deal. sure a lot of you actual carpenters are having a conniption, but I believe that that'll work just fine. I had a comment one time on the channel. Somebody told me that these Phillips head screws were just terrible, and I you know, I would agree. There's a whole lot better options out there. But I've got this bucket of them, and I'm not going to buy any more screws when these work. When I've got these, even though it does slip quite a bit on the bit. So that's why I'm using these things. So just to give me some extra insurance on this corner right here, I've got a couple of timber locks that I'm going to drive in here just for some insurance. I don't think that's going anywhere. So that does it for the back of the shed. On the existing shed, we've got our double header up there. That span right there is about 10 feet, and those are 2x10s. They're actually 1.25 inches, 1 3/8 by 8 3/4. They came out to some really weird dimensions, but I think that'll be more than sufficient for holding up our rafters back there. Now we need to turn our attention to this part of the shed, and we're going to put a double header, double 2x12 header spanning those gaps right there. So let's go ahead and do that. So I wanted to show y'all kind of an issue that I'm dealing with here, and I saw this problem coming because before I started this shed project, I did a whole bunch of measurements, and this actually came out to pretty much exactly where I thought it was going to come to. That wind is bad today. I'm sorry for all this wind noise, but this screw right here represents where the bottom of the header would go if I continued back to and continued the same roof pitch that the old shed or the existing shed has, and this would be the bottom of the header. And if you can tell, of course, since I'm touching it with my finger while standing on the ground, it's obviously way too low. It's only about 6 feet high, and with my height, that means that basically the top of my hair is going to be brushing up against this header every time I walk through, and that totally eliminates the idea of putting any vehicles into the back because it's just way too low. So I've spent about the last hour trying to figure out what to do about this. I talked to my dad, and we kind of came to the conclusion that I don't really have a choice but to just simply raise it up. Maybe about 8 inches or so, just to get enough, just to get some more space back there. If I raise it up that 8 inches, that's still going to give me a slope to the roof. Thankfully, we don't have to deal with snow loads around here, and I think it will shed water just fine. It's going to be an awfully low slope, but I think it'll still shed water okay. Maybe we'll test it when we get the tin on and see what happens. But let's go ahead and see if we can work on this. Scoot your end down. poles are hard as a rock, though. Are you going all the way up?
I ring.
I sure did do these notches crooked. Straight up and over.
We can. Okay.
Oh, so
never mind.
Didn't look that bad.
Well, I'm trying to make it as hard as possible.
Oh, okay. How much is that still holding fine?
Yeah.
Good grief.
Now you got a
I got
problem.
nothing to square against anymore.
That ain't square.
No, it ain't.
Right, got flour.
Well, I'll just split the difference.
That works.
I guess.
What you do?
Not all
It's a shed, like I said.
Not all I can do.
You're gonna do it again, aren't you?
Probably.
Yep.
That's it.
Just like you said, it's good. Oh. That's what I said. Oh.
Bring yours down. Yeah, there you go.
Ah,
Oh, sorry.
okay.
You got your finger?
It's okay. Hey, that's good.
This and maybe that'll give you some room. Ooh. Yeah.
Sweet.
A little tight. So now if you bring it down.
Uh-oh. I got to break it down and back, ain't it?
Yeah, I think so. There it went. Now bring it on down. There you go. That's it.
You want that, you want it? That's it.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay.
I get all the high-tech jobs. All right.
Ready?
Okay. Yay!
That'll work.
Give me that. See if I can't take the dumb end. There you go. Wow. We're right in the center.
I wish I could get all those that close.
Didn't take but 5 attempts. It wasn't bad.
That's right.
All right, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Right there. Oh, you went a little far.
This one's crooked too.
Yay. That's perfectly good skin move, dude. Oh, well, stop.
What's wrong?
We got to push it this way.
Dadgummit.
There I go talking, not paying attention.
He's not paying attention. See, that's why I shouldn't have come out
That's
here.
right. Women always get you so messed up.
That ain't moving.
What you is? There you go. You up again.
No bumping.
Ain't unusual to see one of them things. 4,500 just a tractor.
So guys, that's going to do it for this video. My dad and I made major progress today. It really is a whole lot easier with 2 people working on something than just one. I really think you get more than twice the work accomplished with 2 people than just one. But it's looking really good, and there were a few minor issues that we had to put our heads together and work through. But I think that all in all, it came out great, and it's really looking like I'm going to have a tremendous amount of space up under here. I think it's 30 feet wide, and it'll end up being, I believe, 16, I shouldn't do math on camera, somewhere around 36 or 40, I don't know. I'll measure it and put it on the screen. It's going to be a lot bigger than what I've got now. This header over here, this worked out really well. I mentioned earlier in the video that it was quite low. I raised it up a little bit, and you can tell that I've still got a very sufficient amount of drop from the back of this thing or from the front to the back. So watershed is not going to be a problem at all on this thing. And these beams that we're making, these double 2x12s here, we're putting the crown up to give us some extra insurance on sag, and liquid nails, and about 20 16-penny nails galvanized going in each one of them. So it should be good. It should be good on that. So lots of good progress. Very excited to have this project moving along. And yeah, I guess I will see y'all on the next one. Thank y'all for watching. One more thing here, you may have noticed I'm only putting one hurricane clip per side here. That's because on the original part of the shed, I only put one per side, and it was totally sufficient, but it's just not nearly good enough on this. I'm gonna have to get a bunch more, make sure I've got it on both sides, because it's actually fairly flimsy how I've got it. So that's just gonna be a temporary thing until I get some more of the correct left and right sides of these things. And just anybody was wondering, we're gonna screw some more hurricane clips in there to make it a little bit stronger.